Alright, YouTube, what's up? So we have some new things to talk about today. We'll talk about Ineffa and if she's viable or not, or if you should go for her, what are the considerations you need to think about before going for her. So Genshin posted 5 hours ago the live stream news. We already knew about this, that is coming this Friday, but it's official now. It's coming on this Friday on the 18th in 2 days. That's pretty exciting. We'll get a teaser for nodkrai as well in the end, so don't miss that part, of course. But yeah, so let's talk about Ineffa now. So to explain, I'll just explain a bit on what Ineffa does, and we'll get into why you should pull for her or not pull for her right now. Because in the not try lineup, there might be some more important characters that are coming out soon. So yeah, let's get right into it right away. So to explain what Ineffa does, the guide video will be coming out soon. This one is not gonna be a guide. This one gonna be a overall if you should or not. The guide one will be, I think, on the day of the live stream. So make sure to subscribe for that if you want. But yeah, let's get right into it on what she does basically. So if you know how Fizzle works, it's really easy to explain. So how Fizzle has an Oz, and on the ultimate, Fizzle refreshes the Oz, and that's the only purpose of the ultimate. She works pretty much the same way. She has the E that has a summon, and on the ultimate, she will refresh the summon's cooldown, and it will like summon that thing back basically. Called Birgita, I think. Yeah, that's the name. Yeah, that's about it. It's exactly works exactly like Fizzle. The extra parts are she gives you a shield, electro shield on the E cast. That's pretty good for defensive unit. A defensive unit with damage basically. And the the main thing that we need to talk about is Nordcry will have this gimmick of lunar reactions. So she focuses on lunar charge reactions, which is like basically electro and hydro. So she is electro, she will need another hydro character to, and when you have enough on the team with another hydro character and you proc that reaction, it will not trigger electro charge. Instead, it will trigger that lunar charge reaction. The lunar charge reaction is basically it will summon a thundercloud type thing, and it will just pro that's the reaction basically. And the reaction itself is actually bad, it's not good, it does not do a lot of damage. It has a long cooldown as well, I think 2 seconds or so. But the main thing that makes Ineffa shine is her passive. So whenever you do a lunar charge, it can crit basically. And yeah, so this passive is if there are thunderclouds created by lunar charge reaction nearby when Birgit at the summon unleashes discharge attacks. So basically the continuous attack of the summon, she will initiate an additional attack. So that's like the Fizzle A4 passive. You see why she is broken? Fizzle A4 passive is broken, and this one is like another coordinated attack dealing AoE electro damage equal to 65% of Ineffa's attack. And the main part, this damage is considered lunar charge damage. This last line will increase this ability's damage by a ton, a lot of amount, so much. This line like changed everything about the kit basically. So the coordinated attack damage is considered lunar charge damage. That will just make the it will basically the reaction damage for lunar charge. It ignores defense basically. So this ascension passive, this coordinated attack will be able to ignore defense. So that's what will make Ineffa great and a shine even if the reaction is bad, right? But you do need to proc the reaction, which will not be a problem as long as you can maintain a hydro aura on the enemy and you proc with some electro basically. That's about it. You just need her on the team. She's just a means to access the reaction for her ascension passive to deal damage. So you know how Fizzle works, you would know. Basically think of it as like the ascension passive doing more damage. So that's about it. Okay, so how viable is she in those teams? There isn't really any other member or character we have right now that can synergize with her that well. So we will need more like future hydro or electro carries that rely on lunar charge damage basically. So I think we're getting a electro carry on 6.0, and we might be having Columbina, which is the third Harbinger hydro character as well. So she might be relying on this. So then if they rely on this reaction and they need Ineffa, then you might need Ineffa. Otherwise, Ineffa will not be that crazy. For now, it's not looking like she's that good unless you need that reaction to enable certain kits in the future. That's basically the concern that I would ask you to remember. So yeah, and there's also some other information that I'll not show, but I'll just tell you real quick. For Durin, right? Durin is going to be Pyro. There will be a Pyro Escoffier. Yes. I think in 6.1 or 6.2, I don't remember the dates specifically. I think for Escoffier. So there will be a Pyro Escoffier, which you will need for various Pyro teams, I believe, and mainly for Durin. So that might be something you want to pick up down the line. So skipping Ineffa looking like a better choice for now, in my opinion. If you need Ineffa for future characters that you like, for example, like some Hydro Carry from nodkrai or some some Electromane DPS from nodkrai, you can go for it on the rerun, I'd say. But last year in Emily got released, we all thought she'll be needed in the entire Natlantra characters archetype, Emily, and she ended up being only good with Kinich, and none of the other characters needed her. And right now she's not in a very good spot. She's like above average, but not at the top level, right? So she's only good in the Kinich team and some other teams basically, but she's not that crazy, right? With Kinich, she found her value in the team, but other than that, it's not really. So Ineffa might end up the same way. You might not end up needing her at all. So I consider I'd recommend you skipping her in this time, or unless you have some other 6.0 rosters and who will what and who will rely on electro charge like a lunar charge or something. That's basically why I wanted to make this video, to give you a kind of warning before you go for all in on Ineffa. If you do end up needing Ineffa for some carries, you can just go for on the rerun. That's basically all I wanted to uh, get across. So yeah, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.